Okay, everybody, I hope you can hear me. I'm recording a video for the first time instead of live streaming, so hopefully everything works out all right because I'm definitely not a tech guru, but everything should be recording okay, hopefully. I promised I would do a quick kind of overview on where we are at in regards to the markets, right? So, Um, we're looking at my main chart right now. This is what I use all day, every day, in combination with a volume profile chart as well as book maps. And you can see right here that using my, you guys know I use a lot of bands, right? Uh, Using my band system here, you can see that we went above my black level band for about 3 days here, and we sold off. We came back up here. This was that short call that I made that everyone was like, "Ooh, that's awesome, right?" We were up here, and I was also getting some waterfall sell signals on another chart that I use. So that's how we were able to capture that incredible downside. You can see we had an instant rejection here. So the way this stuff generally works is, I'm constantly looking for higher lows in regards to the bands, right? So let's say that we came up here and we traded here, then I would expect the secondary test to reject off the black band, right? That's how I have this system set up with the parabolic moves going all the way up to here, right? So that's just my overall, generally how I trade the band system at a real uh, rudimentary, quick and dirty explanation, right? So the reason I'm showing you this is to give you an idea of where we're at, right? So 4754 currently is this top level band. And just in this little area here on this daily chart, right, going back to November, you can see that price always hesitates when we get up here. And the way I set this up is it's based on volume, and it's based on option uh, standard deviation, right? So, long story short, we're getting to a point where it's just not very profitable to continue going, right? That's the whole point of these indicators. And I'll show you now previous examples. When we start getting up here, what happens to price and what I think is going to happen here. My current stance is we had too shallow of a pullback in order to get more upside, right? So I'm really any upside here. I'm really looking for this 4750 zone to sort of cap. All right, so we might get some more upside into Friday. We might even get that 4760 to trade. We might even break and trade up to here at 4800. I know it's too early to really tell, but the whole point is that the upside that I see from here is very limited, right? Like we're looking at like maybe 2% more, 91 points max, right? If this happens in the next couple of days, obviously as times go on, these will increase and that value will increase, right? But that's why I'm saying the upside here for a melt up rally where everyone wants 5 to 10% higher, it's just not ideal. It's not. It's likely not going to happen, and I'll show you historically what happens when we start trading up here because this is a very rare area to trade, right? These are very extended moves. In order to get up here, look at what had to be done, right? Historic longest, I believe this was the longest run in market history, right? In order to get up here. So when we start trading up in these upper areas, uh, it doesn't usually last long. There are a couple of exceptions, which I'll show you, right? But if we just start going back in time here, you can see that the last time that we violated was right here, April 16th. We sold off. We chopped sideways for a little bit, which is kind of what we're doing right now, because that's what you have to do. You have to correct in time in order to keep going. Then the rally resumed, right, for another 2 weeks, basically, 13 bars, right? And Then we had that big sell off, right? Then price continued and resumed on upwards. All right, so that's a possibility, right? I'll tell you exactly what I think is going to happen here shortly, right? Then if we keep going on back here, you can see the next time was September 2nd, 2020, where we came up here. And the RSI in this instance was actually like 85 or something like that, right? So that's why we had this sharp sell off. So the RSI right now is in the 70s, just for perspective, right? So it's much more of a melt up RSI than a regular, just straight up overbought situation. Because if it was, an overbought situation, we would get a sharp sell off, but we're not. Price is staying. It's very timid for the most part. And then the last time before that, this was the melt up scenario. This is the lead up to the 2020 implosion, right? Which is very similar to what we're currently kind of seeing now. So the issue with why I don't think that this is going to happen immediately from here is VIX is too high. So during this time frame, December, of 2019 up to February 2020 crash, VIX, if we go back to that time frame, VIX was trading down here in the 12s, $11.71, right? $12. Or, so it's a much lower reading than what we're seeing right now, which is, a VIX closed at $18.57. So the people that want to melt up, I'm not saying that's out of the cards. I actually do think that will happen, but VIX is too high for that right now, right? It's way too high. VIX needs to get down here in order for us to have a consistent 0.10, 0.20, 0.30, up move every single day. VIX is simply too high to do that. And that's part of the reason why we're seeing these kind of crazy, like 2% intraday moves and stuff still, right? Like we go up 1%, we go down 1%. That's not normal behavior, right? It's not normal to trade down here, come back up same day, right? Like this whole range is a percentage. So I think that VIX is too high for where it's currently at to have a meltdown, right? Or a melt up, sorry. So what does that mean, right? We look back over here at the April 19th, and VIX was trading March, April 19th. VIX was trading down at, right, basically kind of where it's at right now, 17, right? Same sort of area, right? Back when we were trading that September 2nd sell off, that sold off, I believe, like 15%. VIX was up, let me see here, September 2nd. VIX was, it closed at 33, handles, and the low was 25 handles, right? So still a little bit more higher than we are here, right? Not terribly much, but still higher. So what I think is going to happen, because I'm expecting this to cap price action, right? Like, we've gone nowhere. Everyone's talking about like, oh yeah, we moved. This was the move up, guys, right here, right? This is what you wanted to capture, okay? Since then, it's been nothing but chop, okay? It's been a couple, the money has been made on the down moves here since November 5th, all right? All the money has been made on the down moves. All right, if you caught these two buys, intraday buys, you made a little money there too. But besides that, this has done nothing. It's been a 1% range, right? And either that is going to continue through December, or what I think is going to happen is we're going to get one more quick rally, right? Hopefully Friday, maybe Monday, but I'm thinking it's going to be Friday. And then next week we've got the beginning of the month where a lot of funds are going to rebalance their entire portfolios, right, for year end. So the early birds are going to start next month, right? So historically, there's chances that the first 2 weeks of December are weak. It's not every year, but it happens quite often. I don't have the exact statistic, but it's not like a one-off event, right? There's plenty of instances that show the first week or two of December are weaker, right? Um, there's plenty of statistics that also show, end of this was the end of the weakness, and then we rally into the end of the year, right? But what I'm saying is the markets just really aren't in a position to rally, right? Like we're not going to go up here. All right. There's never been a history in the time of the markets where we've gone up here. Just doesn't happen. Like we can go back to the beginning of the markets. It just the indices don't happen, right? On singles, this sort of stuff trading up here and trading up here happens all the time, and that's not out of the ordinary. But for the overall market, these bands very well contain the price action, right? So what I think is going to happen is we are going to get one more burst somewhere up here. It's going to be divergent, so it's going to read a lower RSI. And then from there, what's going to happen is we're going to have a very quick sell off. Um, either down to this 4640 area, or really ideally this 4560, realistically this 4550 area. All right, that's what I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to be looking for that to trade in a short period of time. Hopefully that trades next week, assuming that we can get up here back towards 4760. Below there, we've also got, if we pull this up on the SPX chart, we've got some gaps down near 4500. So we might even overshoot down as low as that. That's a possibility, but this previous all-time high, I really want to buy this. I want to buy this because I think at that point, 4800 to 4850 will trade by the end of the year from here. That's I do think that will be a thing. And then what happens after that in January and beyond? If VIX manages to get down into that 12 handle that you see when it was trading over in the 2019 to 2020 melt up, we'll see something similar to this, and then again sometime in February or March, we'll see a similar large correction, right? Anywhere from 20 to 30% again, most likely in a similar time frame. So that's where I think we're at. I think we're going to get some sort of run here up to this upper area, 4760 maybe. Maybe, if it's really aggressive, maybe even all the way up to 4800, but this is much less likely. I would say 4760 is a pretty good bet that's where that run will be contained, assuming that run happens in the next couple of days. And then after that, I will be looking for a very large sell, very large, very quick sell down towards this 4550 area. So we'd be looking at about a 4.4% sell, right? 200 points. Then at that point, you got your trend line here. You got the previous all-time high support. That's what I would look to buy, assuming that trades early December. So that's the game plan for probably the next week, is to just kind of let this do its thing. I'm not going to play the run up. I'll just be looking to short it somewhere between 4760 and 4800, and be looking to monetize those shorts anywhere from 4600, 4612, 4600 all the way down to 4550, and then I want to go long 4550 through probably January, and I would be targeting that 4800 to 4850 area. So that's it, guys. That's all I got. I hope everyone enjoys their Thanksgiving. Thanks again for you guys are helping to pay for my data and my coffee habit. So appreciate it, and hope everyone has a happy holiday.